Lorraine Cox, 32-year-old woman from Devon, United Kingdom. She lived in Scotland during lockdown with her fiance. However, she'd recently moved back to Exeter, Devon, because she had missed her friends and family back home. In the early hours of September 21st, 2020, Lorraine was walking home from spending time with her friends. She had been drinking and was on the route back home when she was approached by a 22-year-old man. In CCTV footage, you can see the gentleman follow Lorraine for over a mile before finally making the conscious decision to approach her and somehow convince her to go back to his flat. That was the last time anybody would see Lorraine Cox alive. Eventually on Saturday the 23rd, 2020, she was reported missing and the search for Lorraine Cox began. After finding the CCTV footage of Lorraine Cox with the young man, police eventually tracked him down. When arrested on September 8th, 2022, Mangori gave the police a false name of Christopher Mayer and claimed to be homeless. He later gave an explanation for this. He said he had been brought up in a Kurdish region of Iraq and explained he grew up with very strict parents who escaped to have a new life in the West. Police eventually found out this to be a complete lie. He later admitted to being bisexual, which police could not rule out as he had been in contact with both male and female escorts before the night of Lorraine's death. The day after the arrest of Azam Mangori, police searched the alleyway behind his flat and found the dismembered arms and legs of Lorraine Cox. 4 days later, they found the head and torso in an area called Tin Pit Hill, 5 minutes away from Exeter. Unfortunately, with the decomposition of the body, the coroner was unable to determine an exact cause of death. However, it is thought she died from asphyxiation, as a t-shirt was found stuffed into her mouth. Mangori claims she died from alcohol poisoning. There are two versions of events that happened the night of Lorraine Cox's death, the police theory and Mangori's explanation. So the police believe this was a planned attack. They believe that Mangori lured Lorraine back into his place with the intention of killing her. This is backed up by videos that have come out online of Mangori vaping, sat on the bed with the body of Lorraine Cox lying next to him. After a week of leaving Lorraine's body in the flat, he eventually dismembered her, put different parts into a taped up bin bags and disposed of them. He had even gone as far to remove a tattoo on her body which indicated she was diabetic. Police also believe that he had sexual interest in dismemberation of bodies, as there was videos on his phone backing this up. Now Mangori's explanation was that he claims that she died as an accident. So they went back, they had sex, and he recorded it just in case anything went wrong. And he has expressed his guilt in not recording the entire night to prove he's innocent. He then claims he went back to his flat where they drank shots of alcohol, had sex twice, and smoked an unknown drug. A toxicologist report concluded that Lorraine had no drugs in her system that night she died. During the trial, he admitted and pled guilty to preventing the lawful burial of Lorraine Cox. He was sentenced to 20 years in jail on the count of murder after a 5-week trial. The jury only had to deliberate for 5 hours before coming up with a guilty verdict. Thank you for watching this tragic case of Lorraine Cox. My thoughts are with Lorraine's friends and family.